Hello and welcome to all of you friends. This is session number 43. In the previous session, we have discussed most important topic that is relating to the market segmentation and the market segmentation required certain important characteristics, or we can say the prerequisites which is needed by the organizations. So in the last class, we have discussed all these things. In this class, we are going to straight away start with the consumer behavior and its importance. Now let us try to understand what is the meaning of consumer behavior and how this consumer behavior helps business organizations to fine tune in their offerings and get a lot of success. Now, first of all, let me explain the concept of this. The consumer behavior is the study of how individuals, customers, groups, organizations select, buy, use, dispose ideas, goods, and services to satisfy their needs and wants. It refers to the actions of consumers in a marketplace and the underlying motive for those actions. Very clearly, I'm going to tell you, friends, by looking at the slide itself, you'll be able to better understand. It deals with how the individual customers, how the individual groups, how the individual consumers will buy the product, they'll use the products, and finally they'll disclose their ideas. And again, they are going to satisfy. If they want to purchase continuously, means they'll get a lot of satisfaction. But the entire process that starts right from the zero to everywhere, that concept is called as consumer behavior. In simple, I'm going to tell you that if I plan to buy any particular two-wheeler, I have to start from the scratch. That is, so whether to buy the two-stroke or four-stroke. And the next one, if at all I have to buy two-stroke, means then I should decide which company should I go and buy. For example, Hero Honda company is there, and of course, excuse me, Bajaj is there. So I need to select first, and then I have to go for the thought process, and finally I'm going to decide, including the price at which I should buy the product. This entire process that is undertaken by me in the sense the consumer. So that process is called as consumer behavior. Again, I am going to tell you that the concept of consumer behavior is not only related to one particular field. Just now only I have told you. It is not only related to two-wheeler, four-wheeler, things like that. So the concept of consumer behavior is very wider. Whatever you want to buy, whether you want to buy any consumer goods, if you want to buy any electronic goods, if you want to buy any electrical goods, or if at all, if you want to buy any kind of things for the household or for any of your fashionable things. So all these things will be considered for a consumer before you could buy any particular period of time. The next one, after discussing the meaning of consumer behavior, it becomes a very imperative to all of us to understand the importance of the consumer behavior. Why does the business people all around the world, they need to think again and again in order to capture the large amount of market share in the prevailing cutthroat competition. And one need to understand the importance of consumer behavior. This is what the consumer behavior speaks about. Studying consumer behavior is important because it really helps the marketeers to understand what influences the consumers' buying decisions. By understanding how consumers decide on a product, they can definitely fill in the gap and the market and identify the products that are needed and the products that are obsolete. See, very clearly it says that, say, every business organization, if they want to get a lot of success in their business offerings, first of all, they have to understand from the perspective of consumers. First of all, they should do a research. They should understand what exactly is the consumer wants. Once you determine what is there in the minds of consumers, it becomes a very much easier job for the organizational people to offer goods according to their expectations. Now, this is also called as customized products will be sold out to the consumers. We have a lot of examples for that. Microsoft is a transnational company. Microsoft companies know what is the need of the people those are using softwares. They produces a software of Windows that has a top class features. So this company has understood what is the importance and what is the importance of a customer, what they expect. Similarly, Mysore Sandal company manufactures soaps. Hindustan Unilever Limited, you take an example. very clearly have understood what the customer requires. According to the expectations of the customers, they are making their head to toe, they are making all their kind of efforts to satisfy the consumers. So this is very important. Now, why is consumer behavior is important means consumer behavior acts as a yardstick through which you can achieve your success. First, you need to understand what the customer want. That is why it is very important for every organization to understand the behavior, and according to the needs of the customers, you have to serve the needs. Now, let me speak about some of the importance of consumer behavior. Now, I have already spoken about the concept of the consumer behavior and, of course, the importance of consumer behavior. Now, let us see one by one what all the importance of consumer behavior. It includes consumer differentiation. See, in marketing, consumer differentiation is a way to distinguish a consumer from several other consumers. Thus, it helps to make a target group of consumers with their similar behavior. See, I have already told you that. See, customer differentiation. In a marketing, we can find a different and varied needs of customers. One customer is different from the other customer. So once you understand the consumer behavior, so definitely you can prepare a strategy that should be wholly or maximally suitable for all types of consumers. One example I'm going to tell you that the Coca-Cola company has followed this consumer differentiation concept. It has produced a soft drink in such a way that every people would like to go for this kind of an efficient drink. So this is consumer differentiation. It's very important importance of this behavior. Retention of consumers. See, one of the important outcome of the importance of consumer behavior, why do the people would go for studying the consumer behavior is just to retain their current customers and to attract their potential customers. So retention of customers is much cheaper than acquiring a new customer. See, if any company who has newly entered into a market, it tries from head to toe, it will spread their all kind of an efforts. It spends amount like a money, exorbitant expenses it spends through electronic media, press media, different things to attract a new customer. So what it says, when you serve according to the needs of customer, definitely the cost of acquiring, the cost of maintaining a new customer is very much cheaper than attracting a new customer. So therefore, consumer behavior is the most important to marketers in business studies, as the main aim is to create and retain customers. Consumer behavior is not just important to attract new customers, but it is very important to retain existing customers as well. See, I have already spoke about, so today's cutthroat competition has opened up, especially since the concept of globalization. Any countries within the world, any companies, they can operate, they can establish their business anywhere in the world. So as a result of this LPG concept, so the doors have been opened. Customer is definitely undoubtedly a king of the market. See, when you're not providing according to the needs of customer, he will definitely will throw your business, he will go and he will be attracted towards other customers. So understanding the importance of consumer behavior is really helps not only in attracting the new customer, but also maintaining the current customers is what the mantra and tantra of today's marketing people. And other key important concept of studying importance of consumer behavior is designing a relevant marketing program. So understanding consumer behavior allows you to create effective marketing campaigns. Each campaign can speak specifically to the separate group of consumers based on their behavior. For example, while targeting kids market, you may have to look out for venues such as TV ads, school programs, block targeting young mothers. You will need to take a different messaging approaches for different consumer groups. Yes, definitely. See, once you have a proper unique kind of a design relevant marketing program, it helps you in achieving the different categories of customers. Whether you talk about the male customer, female customer, and small kids. So this relevant consumer behavior strategy can be better understood by designing a relevant marketing program. Consumer behavior helps you to understand in creating what kind of advertisement particularly important for what kind of a customers. The best advertising strategy and to attract the momentum of small kids means a television advertising as well as electronic advertising. Most of the people, most of the kids would go for watching kids related, cartoon related networks. And at the same time, electronic media. So mobile phones is also very much highly used. So if you give advertisement in these two medias, it really helps in serving the purpose of your consumer behavior. The other important aspect, or we could see the importance of predicting marketing trend. Yes, see, today's business is definitely vulnerable for different ways of changes that are happening at a very rapid speed. Therefore, consumer behavior analysis will be the first to indicate the shift in the market trend. For example, the recent trend of consumer is towards environment friendliness and healthy food. The changing market trend was observed by many brands, including McDonald's. Based on the consumer behavior, McDonald's brought healthy food options. Yes, definitely. See, nowadays, almost all everywhere, whenever you travel, whenever you buy a product, whenever you purchase a small product from airplane to aeroplane, what is important is that so people would just want to buy those products which are eco-friendly in nature. As a result of green marketing strategies, I would say, so eco-friendly nature in the sense the company should be emphasized to use green marketing products. See, if any particular company's product, whether it's a toothpaste or any kind of a food related things, so it should give concentration on so the expectations of the market. For example, McDonald does that. McDonald has followed the strategy of future marketing trend, what the future customer expects. So according to the expectations, they definitely require eco-friendly products, user-friendly products, environment pollution-free products. So by keeping in mind that particular kind of a market trend, McDonald's has adopted this strategy. As a result of this strategy, McDonald's has occupied the number one business venture all around the world. So the next important thing that I just like to tell all of you that is competition. Yes, consumer behavior becomes essential. It's not a luxury one for all the business people if they want to sustain for a much longer period of time. Competition is one such thing, is the only change which is permanent is competition. Today you may not have any customers. Today you may not have any your competitors. So tomorrow or day after tomorrow, your competitors will definitely come. They try to snatch your customers. They try to attract towards those people. Hence, consumer behavior really helps in studying, in answering these questions. One of the most important reasons to study consumer behavior is to find out the answers to some of the questions. As I have told you that, why do we require, why do we study, why do we go for consumer behavior in the sense, the consumer behavior, once you go for that, then definitely it will be giving answers to these questions which is mentioned here. Is a consumer buying your from your competition? Yes. When you study the consumer behavior, it will give you clear-cut picture about who are your customers and are your customers are buying the products from your competitors even though they are very much close with you. It really helps you to understand why is a consumer buying from competitors. See, once you determine why your customers are not buying from your side, instead your consumers are shifting to other competitors, they are buying from there. That you need to understand. What features attracts a consumer to your competitor products? See, if you are purchasing a product from a seller, from a salesman from whom you are buying since 20 years, now immediately a person who comes and puts up his shop, you are going to go and visit that shop and you will be attracted towards your competitor. Now, why do you get attracted? Why? What are the features that has made you to go and become their customer? That is really helpful for this one. What gaps your consumers identifying in your products and compared to your competitors. See, whenever you are going to have a success in the business, success happens only when you satisfy the customers. You have to bridge the gap between your competitors as well as the consumers' thinking abilities. You should not allow your customers to think about their competitors in such a way that you should provide their required needs according to the taste and the qualities of the products. Suppose if you are not satisfying the needs of your present customers, definitely they will be on the lookout for searching out other competitors. So that will be a very bad signal to you. Next. So innovative new products. Yes, consumer behavior. The other importance of consumer behavior is that innovate new products. Let us discuss what is this all about. We all know some of the big names such as New Coke, Crystal Pepsi, Colgate Kitchen, Entries, Ring, Magic Ken Doll, and Wheat is Stunk about cereal. Can see the similarities in these products. Yes, they all failed. Yes, they all have failed because of some loopholes. They might have not followed according to the expectations of the customer. As a result of all these things, they could not become success for a much period of time. The sad truth is that most new products and new ideas ended up in failure. There is an estimate of new products failure. They range from 33 to 90% based on the kind of industry. Yes, even though you produce the innovative products, new products, sometimes it will be related to it will be subject to failure because of the kind of ideas that you have used, because of the kind of new products that you have used. You may not have satisfied according to the needs of the people. So the failure ranges from 33 to 90%. So it is completely based on the kind of industry what you are delivering. So products cannot be easily acceptable by anyone who has produced. Those who are specialized in those products only, they will get a lot of success. So definitely this concept of importance of consumer behavior really helps you to fine tune your new products and produce according to the needs of the customers. Next, stay relevant in the market. Excuse me. So when the world is changing at a very rapid pace, which is happening right now at the moment, the biggest challenge we all face is staying relevant to our market segment. And do you know what is the main reason behind the rapid changes? Yes, it is a changing behavior of customers. Friends, today's consumers have a greater choices and opportunities, which means they can easily switch to any company that offers better products and services. Yes, if I want to stay relevantly in the market, what is important is that I should study what is happening in the minds of the customers. I should know what kind of changes are happening. It may be subject to styles, designs, fashions, all these kind of things. I have already told you, globalization has brought a lot of changes. So most number of companies produces different kind of products. See, for example, if I want to buy a product through online, so I may find different n number of online shopping sites. Amazon you take, Snapdeal you take. The next one, we have Alibaba.com, you take an example, and Flipkart you take. There are plenty of shopping sites. eBay you take, Google Plus you take. Different kind of shopping sites are available. So here you will get definitely confused, and the trends are absolutely changing in no time. So as a result of adapting to these changes, it is very imperative for any business organization to adopt these changes and tailor your products according to the requirements. So finally, we are going to discuss the importance of consumer behavior, improved customer service. Consumer behavior require different levels of customer service, and understanding the differences within your customer base and will definitely help you to provide the most appropriate service for individuals. Yes, understanding the consumer definitely will help you designing the best services which are required by your customers. So improved customer service definitely will capitalize your customers. Your customers will definitely will be retained by your business, and in return, your customer will attract the other customers also. So definitely, customer service can be improved by different levels of customer service. It may be after sales services product. And first of all, we should understand what are the problems faced by customers. For example, you are going to buy a refrigerator or television or DTH to your home or home theater. So you should understand that these are technical things that can never be understood by your customers. So you have to understand, if you want to improve your customer service, you should appoint a person from the company. Once you sell the products, the customer should be reached towards the home, and that particular customer should explain about these technicalities, and he should understand the importance of customer, and he should understand what kind of service is important for the customer. So these are the important things I just wanted to tell in this class. So friends, in this session, so we have discussed consumer behavior and the importance of consumer behavior. Why do we study consumer behavior, and why the importance of consumer behavior is essential for the business organization in achieving their success. Thank you everyone for your